There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crush My Cookie. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's been forever since we've done this. It hasn't. We do this every month. And quick intro. I'm Lauren, also known as Lolly. I've been decorating cookies for a long time, really long time. I found cookies because when we were in the hospital with my youngest son, he had a number of heart things going on when he was born. He's 10 now and doing great, but it led me to complete breakdown, but then I needed something to fill that. And my mom introduced me to cookies. It was nuts. I couldn't get enough of it. And now I teach people far and wide all over the world to bake and decorate like a pro through recipes, classes, membership. We even have the business side. So that's me. And I'm so excited that you've joined me today because this is going to be a really great session. We've had a lot of submissions and cookies are so fun. The holidays are coming up. And I know all of you want to make sure your cookies are tasting good and looking good. And I am here to help you with that. So without further ado, yay, we're going to get started. Thank you, everyone. Let me know where you're watching from today. Just did a quick intro. If you don't know me yet, welcome. And cookies are therapy. They're love on a plate. We're going to go over some techniques and questions from some of my members from the Royal Kitchen Crew and dough makers have submitted their cookies and have specific questions that I'm going to answer live. So hopefully it can help you too. All right. Hey, make sure you say hi in the comments. And all right, give me just a second. We're going to get started here. Ooh, our first one. We have a submission from Carol. A Carol's specific question on this cookie is she is looking for a better way to make a template. She made a template out of cardboard. Okay. So Carol, I'm assuming you made a template out of cardboard for the shape in the middle. Okay. Here are a couple of ways that you can make a template. I really love your the ombre like colors that you've got going on. Looks like you've got some glitter on those. I love some good glitter. But as far as what looks like maybe a logo, or you have like a specific design or shape that you want on there. So here's, I'm going to tell you a couple of ways that you can make a template. Cardboard is probably not ideal, but good job problem solving and figuring something out. Okay. One would be acetate. So that is something that you can purchase. It's actually that film that they make the cookie stencils with. Okay, you can purchase that separately by itself. You can use a Cricut machine to custom cut a template for you. Okay, that's one way. Well, hey Lolly, like I don't have acetate. I don't you can get it on Amazon, but I don't have it in my house and I don't have a Cricut machine maybe. Okay, what's another way? Parchment paper. Parchment is awesome. It doesn't stick to stuff. It's grease proof. It's all of that. And so parchment paper is also a really good way to you can either cut your design out and then lay it over a cookie and airbrush or fill in or even mark, right? Like maybe you want to just use the parchment as a way to mark the cookie so that you know where to put certain colors. That's another way that you can do it. And then the third way, all right, so first we've got acetate in a Cricut machine. Second way is use some parchment. Third way, which I love and is always foolproof, is a projector. So a projector is always going to give you an accurate, exact shapes and things that you can project onto your cookie and trace from there. So that's a third way. So yeah, all right. There are three ways that you can create a template if you are struggling to get specific shapes and things onto your cookie. Carol, I hope that is helpful. Yay, thank you so much for submitting. Awesome. Welcome everybody who just joined us. All right, we're going to go to our second one of the day. I hope I don't go too fast for you. Take notes if you need to, because we had a bunch of submissions and I really want to do as many as I possibly can today because I know it helps so many of you that are watching as well. All right, next up, let's see here. Oh, hold on. We have Trying to share on this side. Not switching to my next one. There it is. Okay. Yay. All right. Take a look at this one. Now let's make it a little bit bigger. Next up, we have Roxanne, who has submitted this cute little set. And her specific questions are, okay, how do I keep the rainbow colors separated, and perhaps a better technique for the balloons to make them more round and less pointy? All right. Are you ready for this? I'm gonna address both of these, okay? So for the rainbow lines, they can be tricky. The best solution is to use an outline or piping consistency to very carefully outline where each color is going to go. And then you use a thick flood to fill those in. That's going to keep you from having your lines all run together. If you use like a looser flood consistency, man, it just is, it's risky. It's like, it feels really, it feels really risky to be putting those colors so close together without some sort of barrier. And so I feel like anytime that I do the line for those thin ones and then fill it in, it is less stressful, and it also is more accurate. Okay. So the other thing that we want to address in this one is these little bubbles, right? Whoops. So these dots. The thing you want is a thick flood, but you're going to need to let colors dry in between. So I would put one color down. It's going to be a thick flood. We're talking like borderline detail where it just needs a little bit of scribe work to settle it out, because those points, I know they're so annoying. They're so annoying, but it all comes down to your consistency. So I would actually go with a slightly thicker one. You're not going to be able to put all the dots down at the exact same time. You're going to need to do some, let them crust, and then do more. But you're going to need that scribe. That's going to help you get rid of those little points. You can shake a little bit maybe when you like lift the piping back up. That can help. But your best bet is probably going to be that scribe. That sunshine is so cute. I love little faces on cookies. Anything that brings a little personality to our cookies is always welcome and so fun. So awesome. Thank you so much, Roxanne, for submitting that one. Next up, we're doing a bunch today. All right. Next up, we have V. V, hello. And let's get to your question. The icing consistency, the decorating of the cookies is what she's got down that she needs help on. Any suggestions you can give me to help make my cookies look more professional? My first cookies after attending the bakery retreat. I learned so much there. I'm hoping that what I learned can be reflected in my cookies. V, I think you're so hard on yourself. I know you, V, and you are so wonderful. And I think you're being super hard on yourself because these are looking really good. Have I switched it? You guys can't see. Just a second. 1 second, please. There we go. There we go. All right, V, you've done some amazing work here. I think the only thing that I would suggest is keep working on your consistency. Sometimes we can be afraid to go super thick or super thin, and I would push those boundaries. Your detail lining looks awesome on the cones. I would go thicker on your consistency for sure on that frosting on the cupcake. Your donut looks phenomenal. Like there's no cratering. You don't have any weird stuff going on there, it looks like. So really nice job on that. And nice job at not like going over the edge of the middle. That's really hard sometimes on a donut cookie. So really nice job, V. And love your choice of sprinkles. This is great. Just keep working on that consistency. It does come down to practice. So keep practicing. Your colors look great. Your detail lining looks awesome. Don't be afraid to go a little bit thicker on that cupcake though. All right. Let's get a round of applause for V. I want to say V. V, thank you so much for submitting. And I hope that you're doing well. I hope that all is going well for you. Next up, 1 second here. We've got, this is from Teresa. We've got these tennis balls. What is going on with the tennis balls that she's looking for help on? Let's see. Teresa is wanting the thin lines to look better. I was trying to use a projector and I couldn't get it to all be the same on every single cookie. Okay, so I'm going to try and go in a little bit. I don't know if it's going to let me go. I think we're zoomed in all the way here. My eyes, I swear. I should get my glasses out today. Hold on. Because let's see. We're going to go full screen on here. Yeah, that's as close as we can go. So here's the thing with the projector. If you've got a projector set up, don't move the projector. You just keep putting one cookie on and then the next. But it does look like maybe you're not pressure piping this line, but you're trying to like, it does look like there's a variation in the thickness of these white lines. If you're using a projector, so you've got your shape set, it's just a matter of following it, right? You may need to like adjust your angles on your projector, because that could be like, if you're having to maneuver your bag and stuff in a non-natural way, it creates inconsistency. So you might want to adjust the angle of your projector so that you can easily put a cookie in and easily like put the bag at the angle you want to pipe. That can be easier. It's hard to tell if you are laying down like a thick line of white or if you're like outlining them both and filling them in. I think the best way would be just to get this might be a 4 or 5 tip, or cut your bag, so you're piping out a white line that's fairly wide. And I would just lay down, let me see if I can show you here. So I would just like lay down that thick line of white, that way it will be consistent each time. And you're just basically laying down a line of icing. You're not trying to pipe and fill in a line. You could also do it with pressure piping. Pressure piping, you would have to just make sure you have a consistent like grip on that bag. But those are some ways that I think would be a really good way to improve that, since that's what you're looking to do. I love the color. Really nice job on filling in circles. Sometimes circles can be tough. Can I get a yeah? Yeah, we know that, Lolly. Yeah. Sometimes getting a really consistent circle is a feat in and of itself. So, all right, awesome. Thank you, Teresa. How's everybody doing? Are we doing okay? Yeah, is anybody learning anything? Put we like to do gems. If you're learning something, put a gem or a diamond in there, or a light bulb if you have a light bulb moment. It helps me know that you are getting something from this, but also it can help others that are watching too. All right, moving on. We have a couple more. You guys okay if I want to do 2 more? Is that okay? Let's do 2 more. Oh, Jill. Hi, Jill. Jill's next up here, and let's get this up on the screen. Okay. Jill has a question about this set of cookies. The teacup has craters in it. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's look at the teacup. Oh man, hold on. See if I can, nope, just one second here. This will not, okay, we've got all these. I'm going to see, I'm looking down here. Looks like if we have craters going on, okay, I don't see any big ones, but maybe in the handle and stuff, you've got some going on. Here's how you can avoid craters, if you'll allow me to tell you. So craters are annoying, and they happen when there is a deterioration or weakness in the structure of the icing once it's dried, right? So we mix up our icing and we're whipping air into it to get it to be voluminous and to set up basically and get to just stiff peaks. So here's what happens. If you use not quite enough meringue powder, okay, then this is one way that they happen, because I think it's important to understand why it happens so you can make sure to do the opposite, right? So if you have an icing that you've got, extra liquid and powdered sugar, but not a matching amount of meringue powder, then your structure of your icing can be diluted, right? And then when you add water to that, if you add too much water, when you're thinning out your consistencies, again, you're diluting the integrity of the structural stuff that makes the icing hold together. So when you put it down and it's either got too much water in or it's a weaker weaker batch of icing, then once that water dries, the structure of the icing isn't strong enough to hold all of it up, right? And so then it craters. So all of those weird things that you see cookiers do, maybe where they do squiggle lines or they're poking holes in their cookie before they put more icing on, those are kind of a safeguard. I don't honestly know if any one of those in and of itself fixes craters, because it all comes back to the integrity of your icing and the structural integrity of what's actually being put on the cookie, right? So one, if it's thinned out too much, or if you don't have enough meringue powder, you're not going to have the stuff in the icing that holds it up once the water evaporates. All right. That is, I'm not a scientist and I don't know. I just know that's how it works. So I don't have like exact measurements as far as like how much meringue powder to powdered sugar to water, right? I have a really good recipe. Most basic royal icing recipes call for just enough meringue powder. My recipe does call for a tiny bit more. Now, you just have to be careful because too much meringue powder can make it really hard and not a soft bite. Anyway, that's why craters happen. Do the opposite, and you should be okay when it comes to craters. I would say most people probably end up going too thin on their icing in general in their consistency. And most cookiers need to not be afraid to thicken it up a little bit or lay down icing that's not, super runny. Anyway, okay. There's my spiel on that. Yay. Okay, Jill, thank you so much. I hope that helped you. Yay, this is our last one of today. This is our last one. All right. Next up, and lastly for today, we have, a cute little Halloween set going on here. How about that? And Darlene, thank you for submitting this. These are my first mini boo packs. Any suggestions? Excuse me. I cannot talk. Any suggestions to make them sell better? Okay. For them to sell better. Well, I'll tell you what. Some of the selling comes in the marketing, which I need to do a whole different class on that. Like, I know a lot about marketing and helping you sell those. As far as like the cookies themselves, here's what I see is awesome. You're doing right. You've got a nice variety in each package. You've got some grease-proof backers. You've got some nice packaging. It's clear what they are, what the holiday is. I would say they are so cute, super cute. It might come down to the marketing for these, right? And getting your pricing right. Because really nice variety and set. It's really, really great. It looks like they're cute little gifts. You are spooktacular. Those are adorable. I would say marketing wise, I would do like, make sure that you're posting about them or sharing with your audience somehow, right? A lot of times we think we're bugging people, but it's like, they need to understand what's going on. You've got these for sale. Okay, we'll show them. Like, make it easy for people to buy. I would say that's my number one rule. How can you make these sellable? Make it easy for people to say yes and to buy them. That can come down to your form of payment. Make it easy to take a payment. I cannot tell you personally how frustrated it is for me sometimes when I am having to chase somebody down to pay them for something that I'm trying to buy from them. Don't make them do that. Make it easy, okay? They're like, yep, it's 2 for 10 or whatever. Like, I can take Venmo or you can write me a check, whatever forms of payment, right? You can swipe your card here if you're at a booth, or you can send me a Venmo payment right here. Make it clear. Let's see. Another marketing tactic is giving them simplified options to buy, like having signage or making it clear in your posts or social media that, like, here's exactly how you can purchase this and here are your options to buy. You can buy them by themselves, or you can, buy multiples for a slight discount or something like that. So I would say in and of themselves, like, I'm always working on techniques and icing consistency and all of that. Like I said before, most people go too thin and are afraid to thicken up their icing. So I wouldn't be afraid to do that, but like these are adorable. And I think it just comes down to some of the marketing. Don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to tell people about them, and make it easy for people to buy. All right. Darlene, thank you so much for submitting these. Like, I hope that your sale, your Halloween sale goes really well. And you'll have to let me know how these do, because I love a good pre-sale, because things are done and prepaid for versus like making a bunch of product and then selling it afterwards. That was always my personal preference when I was full-time running sales and pre-sales and things. But let me know how these do. I would love a follow-up, actually. So thank you. This is wonderful. This has been amazing. Let me know what you get from this. Like, what is your biggest takeaway from, I think we went through 6 different submissions today. I always love to know what is helping you. And of course, please continue submitting. If you would like to get some personalized feedback here on Crush My Cookie, then you can be part of my Royal Kitchen Crew membership or one of my dough makers, and you get priority in submitting where I review them like this specifically. And I want to let you know about something as well. As you are getting ready for all of your Halloween, your Thanksgiving, your holiday, your New Year's, your all of your holidays, make sure that you have amazing flavors and all your recipes in order. We are in the last few days of our big Fall for Flavor recipe sale. I've got actually some classes, seasonal classes are on sale, and giant sale on recipes. All of them I've taken out of the vault and put them in the shop for you. You can get a bundle, or you can get single recipes. You can also get an extra discount. I'm going to tell it to you right now if you're not in my groups. BLTFLAV7 will give you an additional 30% off of single recipes, okay? If you get a bundle, it is already at a crazy discounted price for that bundle. So I would suggest going over there. I have a new Death by Chocolate recipe that has been like flying off the shelves. That is going to be disappearing at the end of this week. So make sure you go grab that. I also have a brand new pumpkin cream pie recipe. And it is my free gift to you when you purchase a bundle. There's no other way to get that one. It is delicious. They're both brand new, Death by Chocolate, pumpkin cream pie. I would love to know what you think of them when you bake them up for, gosh, Halloween's at the end of next week. Do you know how many Saturdays there are until Thanksgiving and Christmas? It is not very many. And it's kind of freaking me out. So I want to help you get prepared. Go to lollishomekitchen.com and check out all of the recipes that I've got up there. I have some gourmet flavors. I kind of have I have a preference, and sometimes people are like, oh, Lolly, I don't know about that one. And then they make it and taste it, and they're like, oh, cheddar jalapeno sugar cookie? How did we even do that? I've got some others that are sweet and salty. I've got a lot of all natural. I have a variety of, I could talk about recipes all day. Okay. I have a variety of some that are really indulgent, and I have others that are low glycemic. I have all my recipes work really well with substitutions and can be gluten-free. So you got the whole gamut. Go check it out, lollishomekitchen.com. Thank you so much for being on with me today and joining me for Crush My Cookie. Make sure that you submit for next time. We do this on the 3rd Tuesday of every single month, and I will see you next time on Crush My Cookie. Thanks, everybody. Bye. See you next time.